Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, where twice a month we talk with our friends in the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station. And today we have a special guest from the Greater Sheriff's Department. Well, the broader, wider.
Oh boy,
struggling already. It's early. I'm sorry, Josh.
Let's talk
that's
about
what happens when you let me go loose like that.
Let's talk about a few things first. One, you didn't shave today.
No, you know what? No Shave November got carried over into
We're in December
first
now.
week of December, right? Yeah.
We're past Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yep.
And you didn't shave.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving? That's what really everybody, all our listeners want to know.
I worked.
You worked.
I did.
I have proof you worked.
Yeah.
Were you working too, Amy?
No, I was off.
And just to let our listeners know, we always have Deputy Josh Dubin in the studio. He hangs around.
Now I'm just a hang around.
I found him on Camp Planty Road and just told him to come on by.
Holding a sign will work for food.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do radio for food.
And now with us today, we have a special K-9 unit officer, deputy. What is the title for K-9 units? Are you guys a team? Because you work in a pair, right?
Correct.
So how does that?
I'm an explosive detection K-9 handler.
Okay.
With our transit policing division.
And Amy Raniag is?
Raniag, correct.
I nailed it.
Good job.
You did.
Good job.
For the win. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about, we're going to be talking about, your experience with the Sheriff's Department. We want to talk a little bit about the toy drive that the sheriffs have going on right now and let everybody know about that. So much going on.
We have a lot to talk about.
Paul Walker.
We could talk about Paul Walker Memorial that took place this past Sunday. Rain and driving safety.
Yep.
Toy drive.
Yep.
We have a lot of K-9 unit stuff to talk about.
City's violent crime numbers are down. Somebody told me that. Somebody put out a news release. So you guys?
Was that Hometown Station? Was that a shameless plug?
It might be on hometownstation.com.
That was a shameless plug.
Okay. But that's what, sometimes you got to do that. And
I understand.
Sometimes you got to do a little shameless self-promotion. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I'm not hating. I totally understand. So we have you in studio.
When you have Stack here. I'm trying to impress him.
We have a K-9 officer in studio.
Technically we have two K-9 officers in the studio. Right?
Absolutely.
To be correct.
Stack.
Oh, pardon. And we have Kyle Jellings running the board.
And that's basic. That's what's happening right now. So we're going to talk about all those things. Amy, first tell me a little bit about your background with the Sheriff's Department. You said you guys focus on bomb detection, like your specific.
Yeah, that's correct. I've been on, it'll be 16 years in February, and I'll be hitting 5 years as a K-9 handler January 4th. And basically, we are a visible deterrent along the metro line. Excuse Stack here.
Stack
he's
so
a little amped up.
He is like the biggest fan of KHTS I've ever.
Well, that's what happens when you're on vacation for a whole week and then you come back to work.
This is what Kyle comes in as on Monday.
Every day.
He's just running around, bouncing around, wanting to play with everybody, sitting on everybody's lap.
Yeah.
It's just how he is. Did go too far?
No, keep going. Okay. You're doing great. You didn't even shave today. It's fine.
The shaving thing. I don't understand why you have such a problem with that. Just because you're clean shaven.
I shaved today.
He's just jealous. It's against our policy to have such a nice looking beard.
But a mustache. Wait. And here's the real issue.
Oh boy.
I've been getting on him about not having a cop mustache for 2 years now. I mean, we've been doing the show for a full year, but ever since I think that was the first thing.
I'm approaching 10 years on the Sheriff's Department. You can't even
10
begin
years mustache free?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't talk about a mustache until you have at least 15 years on.
And it's so 1980s. So 1980s.
Now, is that in the regulation Sheriff's Department handbook? Like there's a certain time, like after the decade mark, you must have the mustache? Are you coming up on that? Are you worried at all?
I was born in the 80s, sir.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll just leave it at that. I guess that had something to do with what we were talking about. Born in the 80s?
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with a mustache? Does that make you anti-mustache?
No, I was just sending it out there.
That's
all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So back to Stack.
Back to Stack and Amy.
Yes. I've been a K-9 handler for it'll be 5 years in January. Stack is my second dog. Oh. I've been with him. It'll be 2 years in March.
So, did you always? You said you were in other units with the Sheriff's Department first, because my understanding is that generally you start in a patrol in or not in patrol, sorry, in a correctional facility, right?
Correct. I worked here locally at Wayside Pitches Detention Center, and then from there I left and worked Compton Station.
Oh, okay.
So I was there for 4 years.
And
left.
you live up here, right?
Yes, I'm a community member.
That must have been a commute to
It
Compton.
was a great commute.
Oh, okay.
It really was. And then from Compton Station, I left and went to our department's training bureau, where I was a tactics and weapons instructor
Okay.
for 4 years, and then I left there.
So what does a tactics, weapons, and training officer do? I imagine you help implement training, or?
Yes, absolutely. Every patrol station officer has to, every 2 years, they're mandated by the state of California to stay current on their police training and tactics. So we provide that training for the department, as well as firearms training, assist with the firearms staff when they're inundated with academy classes and other specialized classes.
Just making sure they're brushing up on the skills.
Absolutely,
Making sure
absolutely.
And I would imagine laws change over time, so you have to keep up with that.
Thank you for that kiss, Stack, but you are just crazy.
He's so affectionate.
He is. He really
How
is.
old is Stack?
Stack just turned 5. He just had a birthday.
Okay. Right on,
Yes.
right on. Well, we have a whole lot to talk about. We have a question from a listener we're going to get to later on in the hour. We have a toy drive to talk about. I want to talk a little bit more about the transportation policing division.
Absolutely.
Yes, nailed the name.
You did.
We'll be right back after this commercial break on your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station. Welcome back on your hometown station, KHTS AM 1220. We're here on the Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds, where we talk about all things Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station related, law enforcement related. Two special guests in the studio with me today, Deputy Josh Dubin, who's on his phone probably tweeting and doing social media stuff as usual, which is as is his wont with the sheriff's station. And Amy Raniag, a K9 unit, who what is your guys' patrol area? Because you said you guys were a visibility patrol, a deterrent, and you Stack here, who's just the cutest deputy I've ever seen. Sorry,
Thank
Josh.
you.
Is
I am pretty lucky. I have a very cute partner.
yeah. So he's trained in bombs specifically.
Correct.
Now, are the dogs cross-trained? Do dogs have a specialty through the training process? What is that like?
There are cross-trained dogs out there. Our department, because we are very fortunate and big, we have single-purpose dogs. So basically, he is only explosive detection, where our SEB has the patrol dogs, where they find felony suspects. We have narcotics dogs on the department. We have gun dogs on the department. So these are just all single-purpose dogs.
And what is the patrol area like? Because you had mentioned earlier, you're a Santa Clarita Valley resident.
Correct.
So do you get to patrol? Obviously, there's Metro in the Santa Clarita Valley. I mean, do you get to patrol up here? Do they assign you throughout? You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, he knows where the cookies
For
are.
a dog that works in probably what we would consider pretty high tense situations, he seems pretty relaxed and happy-go-lucky.
Every time I pull him out of the car, he thinks it's time to go to work. So this type of environment where I just want him to sit and behave,
It's
he's like,
probably
no, we're
challenging.
supposed to be working. My vest is on. I'm supposed to be looking for things. Yes, correct. We have a very large jurisdiction. Stack and I mainly, you could find us around LA Union Station, the downtown area. We do have, I'm on a team of 16 canines. So our 16 canines were divided up amongst all of LA County. And then we also reach out to other counties because of the Metrolink. So certain counties like San Bernardino, Riverside, Ventura, Orange County have the Metrolink that runs through them. So we'll provide, random visibility checks, and it's all random because we don't want people to.
You don't want people to know. Okay, the bomb.
Yeah,
dog is coming
exactly.
at 10:30. So,
exactly.
right.
So occasionally, people see us out there and they get a little nervous and they're like, "Why are you guys here?" But it's all random, and we like
Just
to
doing your job.
Absolutely and change the scenery.
Yeah. So you get to rotate around and cover different areas.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting, and that's a little bit different because normally at sheriff's station you'll be assigned to a specific station and have an area, but here you're kind of.
Yeah, that's affirmative.
And what about? And so as far as the training process with Stack, is that something you guys train together or?
We do. When you become a canine handler with my team, one of the requirements is that you go to Texas, San Antonio, Texas, for 3 months for the canine training program. It's put on by.
Is there just experts in Texas? Is that
It's
what
through Lackland Air Force Base.
Oh, okay.
These are actually TSA dogs. We're a TSA program, and they provide bomb detection canines throughout the U.S. for airports and mass transit agencies that patrol those areas.
Oh, okay. And so their specialized training is in just the bomb detection aspect of it? Or?
Correct.
Oh, okay. And so, like, if you had a cadaver dog or a drug sniffing dog, that would be trained in a different place? Or?
Correct.
Interesting. And what's that? What's that process like? Can we talk about the training at all? Is that
yeah,
secret?
absolutely. Yeah, basically,
You don't want to get into the top secret stuff.
Exactly.
super top secret.
Exactly. I'm not classified. I don't have the security clearance.
Basically, when we have an opening on the K9 team, we'll put out our department will put out a notification that we're looking to expand our team. Deputies across the department with the minimum requirements, which is 2 years at a patrol station, with a good yearly eval, can submit to test for it. If you're selected, if you pass the test and you're selected, then you will go off to Texas for 3 months. So you show up as an LA County Deputy Sheriff in Texas with people across the nation, and you introduce yourself, you give them a small bio, and they pair you with a dog.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, they pretty much teach you. The dog already has the training. They're now teaching you how to work that dog and learn the training and be a dog handler. And it's a lot different because I'm not only, responsible for myself during my shift. I'm also responsible for this crazy guy. And I'm also responsible for him 24/7 because he lives with me.
Oh, okay.
And once you pass that training, they send you back to your station with your dog and certification and say, good luck. We'll see you in a year and put you through some testing.
Now, you had mentioned you give them some information about yourself. What is that like? Is that like because they want to match up the dog with your personality? I mean, and do they match up specific breeds, or are they all Labradors?
They want to match up your personality with the dog. So as my canine instructor said, goofball dog for goofball handler, which is all good with me.
Okay.
And you basically give them your background. If you have kids at home, if you know what type of property you have, if you have other dogs at home, because they want to make sure that they're not going to give you a dog that's going to clash with maybe your pets that you have at home. Granted, these dogs aren't pets. We treat them as working dogs. He doesn't come in the house. He doesn't live inside. He doesn't get toys. I'm like the meanest person, my friends and family. You're so mean keeping him outside in the kennel, but he loves it. He loves it. So, so basically you just kind of tell them a little bit about yourself, and they'll pair you up with the dog. Like I said, he's my second dog. He was originally working in the San Francisco airport. And my first dog, had a medical retirement, and his handler was injured. So because he belongs to the military, he's a TSA dog, they said, okay, your new dog's up in San Francisco, go get him. Gotcha. So we had to kind of start all over again, but I still keep in touch with his former handler. I send him pictures and make sure that, he stays up to date on what Stack's doing down here in LA County.
Interesting. I want to talk a little bit more about Stack. Excuse me. Sorry, Stack. We have to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, for your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds.